going to be able to push things out in the late game, and Corki is not only something that can kind of dissuade that early 2v2 pressure, but also be useful in the late game with the Nami and the Xin Zhao as well. But LNG, I mean, this is a death ball comp.
In the pixel brush, and the most aggressive bottom lane group Nirvana has will comfortably back out with Kroko nearby. Tongwan is still off the map here with ultimates. Handshake for Missing to get 2 people off. He's going to flash over the fat wall, but here comes the Realm Warp. Tongwan is going to find Missing. Bailout is going to go down, but I don't think there's going to be a trade kill in time. It's first blood over to Tongwan, and 1xN cannot find that trade. Good use of the roam threat of Rise to get LGD on the board first.
Exactly what I was talking about just moments before. Tongwan had full
Kroko,
priority in the mid lane. Kroko!
Oh my god, Kroko's going in. The stream and shovel from Bulldog is nice, but Hong is one auto short. Bulldog has to trade his life just to find that kill. LG are trying to ruin this dragon take, but now 1xN is found far too forward. Has to follow the same flash path as his support. And yeah, sure, LG, you shut down the first Drake play, but it comes at a price.
And it might not even be over.
Does Kroko actually want this? I mean, flag and drag knock up. I don't know if he could get it. He flashed over the wall.
He's dead.
Tongwan just takes the kill. LNG come out sputtering to start this series. It's a team fight and pull this LGD roster into their space. So these 3 grubs are going to make, you know, Bulldog and Sheer's life living hell going into it. It's so difficult for him to farm. And Tongwan is finally going to figure out how many wards are available, and those were in prime Realm Warp spaces as well. Oh, YCX going to face check into a Cataclysm. Flag and Drag is going to miss. So is the Flash Handshake for Missing. His support's trading Flash nonetheless, and well, Kroko's feeling pretty brash. He's going to come around and maybe look for a dive or cut off their escape path. Hong does take the blast over the blue side wall, so he gets nearby. Kroko going to Flag and Drag away. There's a lot of LGD members do come off the map. There's the tidal wave back up. Kroko's going to dodge that one. The double bubble has to be flashed, and Fate's Call pull the support out of it. If that half down now into 1xN, but we're getting people out on the map here. Missing and YCX both in the top river. There's the Realm Warp coming in, but the hostile takeover is well timed for Missing. It's Tongwan and Hung throwing hands at each other. Crescent Guard's going to pop, so Bulldog can't get any damage down. Missing has the bailout. He finally will get knocked low. Missing should fall. Bulldog is being ushered away by Xiaoya. The bubble coming out of YCX versus the Bulldog flash. Tongwan to flash after and shut down Kroko. LNG wanted the fight, but they didn't realize they didn't have the numbers to scrap.
Oh, and we're not done. Sasa's popping ult on the top side with the flash.
Oh my god! That was a interesting flash. Shearer is still spacing really well. He's getting the Narbar up high on top of that. But Shearer, you lost your entire team topside earlier. He nearly walks himself into a 1v4. Now he's going to have to clear the wave as Tongwan is going to make sure that everybody comes up here. Good dodge on the tidal wave, but the bubble will land for YCX. Hong, though, doesn't want the turn aggro. Flash away from Shearer. They're going to re-engage. Will becomes lightning, and Tongwan picks up another.
Sasa potentially has overextended.
I mean, I might even call this worth even if he dies. He took 3 plates out just like that. He's going to hop out of the Cataclysm. And now he's got some decent space away from Sheer. But the bottom lane of LNG will have the first roam over, so Sasa will die. Wonder if LNG will try and maybe donate this kill over to 1xN. You definitely know he wants it. I guess he just gets the Ren slow and he's going to walk away, be happy with the assist. And Sheer will take that kill, but
from the missed flash handshake earlier, that means no play to be made. As we see in picture-in-picture, Kroko will pick up their second dragon for his troubles. That is under where they could possibly be. Will be a tower for Tongwan, even growing his lead more in that mid lane matchup. But you're right, dragon spawning your LGD. This could be absolutely disastrous, but they're not in a good position at all.
Ren smite too. If 1xN can get a couple of these spears in here, I don't even know how Hong can make this a 50-50. The hostile takeover Missing is so well timed because they secure the dragon. Tidal wave's gonna go wide. Both top laners being in. There's Bulldog going in with the stream and shovel. Gets Tongwan, who will have to go into the stasis. He doesn't pop it. He gets picked off, and Kroko flies on in with a huge Cataclysm to cut down the remaining carries of LGD. What a play from LNG, the hyper-aggressive Group Nirvana team, showing why they've only dropped 1 game all split long.
Incredible play from LNG. They are decisive, they have full control of the river, and they pull the trigger. We asked for a lot from Bulldog. It's not been the best early game from him, but what a shuffle to get the Rise into the middle of the enemy team. And that's not just going to get them soul point, that is going to get them in full control of this game in under a minute. See how this ends up playing out here as Baron goes down. The hostile takeover is beautiful.
So hard for a lot of these Group Nirvana teams to really contend with correctly. And yeah, it kind of feels like they might have ended the game off of that one play alone. The gold lead won't really show it, but they've got the Baron power play already going here. Kroko is decently out of position here. The Root Prism's going to land 3 talent strikes. Should get a knock up into the tidal wave. He's going to commit the Cataclysm. He gets caught, and now you've got a TP in. I believe this is Bulldog. He's going to flash for the Stream Shuffle onto YCX. Hostile takeover is only going to hit Hong as they find a trade, but they've set 1xN running wild, trying to get this Ren. Xiaoya gets popped just like that. The Callista is blinking all around LGD as the superstar AD for LNG cleans up a messy fight.
No kills, no problem for the Callista in the early game. It does not matter that you are playing a champion that's supposed to destroy the 2v2. He does so isolated.
They're going to take down this tier 2 turret to build that gold economy even further. They haven't broken the base open yet for LGD, but the real prize...
You have to be able to control this area, and that's going to start with vision control. Watch the rise on the bottom of your screen. Being able to pressure things out is super important here. He can step up. It's going to make a lot of difference for LGD.
Rocco looking aggressively, he's gonna flash on the Xiaoya, catches him in the Valkyrie with the Cataclysm into the hostile takeover. Xiaoya is put in jail and sent back to a great screen as Sheer doesn't even get to go Mega before he finds a kill on to YCX, and that will about ruin it. Sasa is still in his push era, but everything else around him crumbling for the LGD team.
That is Mountain Soul for LNG, and it's perfectly executed. Xiaoya gets buffered out of his Valkyrie and just instantly dies caught in the Cataclysm. That is the danger of the Jarvan when played. And I'm casting the games here, so
yep,
I'll defer.
Awesome point.
I'll let him prove me wrong first.
God, we're still going for this?
Bulldog.
Okay, I mean, Bulldog doesn't escape out of this one. Nice little flash, though, to throw Sasa under his own turret. And then he's going to Stream Shuffle away from the Realm Worm. At least Bulldog is buying hella time with this play. Sasa has to commit the flash just to find that kill. And what does LG say? All right, you're going to send 2 people after our mid laner on the bot side. Thank you very much for the dance with the purple worm. Red Smite, good luck, Hong. If you outplay this, you are a legend. I don't even know if he'll really get a look here. There's the speed up pop for missing, and yep, so it's going to be top laner kill for Baron onto LNG.
You know, a trade that I normally wouldn't opt.
Committing the back. They spotted that missing is kind of around in the area. Yeah, YCX, you definitely got to stick that back. So just trying to catch them on the one lane that is pushing decently in their favor. The only lane that LGD actually have a longer lane on. Hong is going to camp near Sasa, but mid lane's going to get pushed out. Missing's going to shift down. I assume when Extend could. They might find Sheer before then. He flashes out the counter-strike stun nonetheless. 3-talent strike will still get the knockup. Sheer's pretty tanky, but he doesn't have access to Mega. He's trying to run away as fast as he can, and Missing is here. Krestigar going to get popped. Handshake is going to find a double stun. Tidal Wave out. Going to miss. Bubble does find its mark. Hong's going to flash and allow Sasa to hop onto his corpse to get himself back out. But here's what I said with the Fate's Call throwing Missing into everybody. Sasa going to put up the counter-strike to try and block some of this damage. Stasis, not going to buy him enough time. He will fall. 1xN rents him down. Mid tier 2, bot tier 2, they're all falling as the Cataclysm falls onto Hong. YCX can get chased down by Sheer, who's running rampant. About to pick up on Omega, and will clean this game out with a nice little Gnar ultimate. LNG wasn't the greatest start, but it's all about how you close in this game. And they're closing with a Nexus explosion to take a 1-0 lead and to put themselves 1 game away from securing the top spot out of Group Nirvana into the Split 1 play-in tournament.
LNG, they might not have started hot as they battle themselves in the base here, as it seems. They might not have started great, but they are ending this game on the highest of high notes, taking down the Nexus and putting themselves ever.
Screw your Galio. We're picking AD mid-jungle, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know what? I like the gumption behind that logic, because you're throwing out logic.
Yeah, you know, I can't be...
This entire time, and they're just going to walk it in. 1xN should have to flash, but the flash immediately comes from YCX, so they can get the fear over. He gets under the turret. Remember, he took teleport, no defensive summoner, and Hong is going to pick up a pre-level 6. Well, he's going to push out the mid-wave now. This Dragon, though, already down about half HP. LG have to make up their mind if they're going to give or go. And we are slamming the big green button. Here comes Krocko on. The lights get turned out. They're going to go after Hong, but he gets fully forced out of the pin. Now, Xiaoya's left in a 1v1 with Krocko. Bulldog should be fine off to the top side of this fight. LGD are just way too split apart here. Hong is one way. YCX is the other. Xiaoya's out of the fight. This TP feels like it's a bit too late. They're going to go after Krocko nonetheless. 1xN going to hold on to those chains of corruption. Krocko going to have to flash to get himself out, but LNG, they just a bit shocked that we're going to reach about 14 minutes, so we've seen 1 Paranoia and 1 Grand Starfall, but I think LNG are a bit content with it, like you talked about, just playing for these Dragon timers. LGD rock up to the party. TP advantage is over on the LNG side for now, as Sheer joins with a huge shield, and that TP alone is going to get LNG the 2nd game in a row. They
over a lot of these objectives. There's no way for LGD to fight this out.
Oh, here comes Missing.
YCX could be in trouble.
Yep, there's the Grand Grand entrance knockup. Flash from YCX missing is not going to follow with his ultimate either. They're going to just let YCX walk out without flash and without ult. I felt like it's definitely an angle to further
to pick the pace of the game up, and it's exactly what we've got. Got a lot of action going down now on the map. Portal combat happening a little bit in the river here. Hung is making his way. They're looking for this play.
All right, what are we going to... These jungle ultimates. I'm waiting for them to come back out here. There is the support ultimate on YCX. He doesn't have Unbreakable Will, but Tongwan's going to find the Fate Unsealed onto 1xN, and he will go down. Mystic gets flashed on by Hung. Krakow does get a good stun. Mystic's living for a while, but the Equalizer will help pick up the kill. Hero's Entrance just to get Bulldog out of dodge. When he finds himself flanked, as all of LGD are going to look to collapse here. Krakow flashes over the fat wall to survive, but Bulldog still ends up getting cut down. It's LGD that make the 5-man collapse to break open this.
Oh, but Bulldog is not so lucky. LGD a comp that scales, but Sasa's caught.
Yeah, that's what we call anticlimactic for the LGD fans. Maybe just everyone's breaking out fights here. Missing is about 10% HP as Tongwan looks to continue to push this lead as such a menace on the side lane. I expect that Sheer is going to have to lane into Tongwan most of the time going forward now in this game. Oh, okay. Fate Unsealed. He's trying to create distance here. Sure, good buffer with the Unstoppable. I mean, Y6 is still here. Sheer's going to go out, pull Y6 under the turret, but he has Unbreakable Will. He can take up hella turret shots. And Tongwan is going to pick up himself another pretty critical kill as the Rift Herald also going in LGD's favor.
Incredibly well played from LGD to be able to pick up yet another kill. We get to see how this happened. It just looks like he's a little bit too far forward. Sasa in the lane, and then, of course, gets punished by the Grand Starfall coming in from Krakow. At least they're staying proactive on the map with these plays. Speaking of...
Yep, they're going right after Krakow. The Chains of Corruption holding people in place for now, but Krakow will still end up falling with no vision. One is actually taking it upon himself to just do the dragon on his own. Krakow has no vision. He can't get into the pit. Tongwan continuing this creative Yone play, and he's looking for a Fate Seal. He gets one extend to flash away from him. The charm does land. Can he get back out before the damage comes across? Yes, but here comes the big hero's entrance. Bulldog gets knocked on his shot. He lights go out. They're going after 1xN. He is as good as done. Sasa gonna find that kill. YCX gets himself out of dodge as well. And LNG, they've got no range, and they've got no way to get on top of any of these targets. LGD scatter in all directions and cut down the fight. Grand Starfall is Krakow trying to flank out into Xiaoya, but they have to commit 2 flashes to find this one shutdown. Still, an overarching win for LGD.
It's a huge fight for LGD.
Play out the game from this state. I am shocked to see our
picks that you want to look for if you're LNG. You want to try and get to that side lane with those ultimates. See if they can utilize them here.
15. He just doesn't fear anybody as the lights do go out. Good charm comes out for Missing. 1xN's protected for now. He does land the Chains of Corruption, but they're going to lose Krakow as the Unbreakable Shield does come down. There's the Fate Unsealed under the turret. Tongwan get himself right back out with the Soul Form, and they take the pick onto Krakow. And LGD smartly just get out.
No dragon, this should be, or with no jungler, this should be relatively easy. She's gonna try.
LG, they're gonna work their way in. There's the hero's entrance. Tongwan wants to go after him. Flashes after 1xN. Missing do a good job to cover with the Equalizer on top of the damage on this Yone is enough to get rid of the only damage source left in LNG. Sheer's gonna pull Tongwan out of the pit with an all-out. Should find them trade. But the Baron will be locked down from Hong. The smite to secure it. LNG scattered into the wind, and they found themselves in the exact same spot as this matchup held them in the first time round. We are set ourselves up for a game 3 once again. We'll come around and smite it to even out that Drake count. So LNG for now at least holding somewhat strong. This isn't a very powerful Baron power play through the first about third of it.
Yeah, it's certainly not the one that you would sit back and go, okay, they broke the game open with this, but
LGD are just not budging.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you want to give some sort of silver lining, never mind. Here we go.
Okay, we're going after Krakow. I mean, you don't have enough damage to handle him on your own. Even with all these items, he's getting some serious autos down, but there comes the stat grab onto him. Flash for the all-out from Sheer. The style points are there. Shutdown was going to come nonetheless, and that is something. You trade a shutdown for a tier 2 turret. Small win for LNG.
No way to check this, and it's going to burn down incredibly fast. You can force this 5v5 for free.
All right, LGD, smart approach here. They're going to look for the Death Rush. Went on to Sheer, but Tongwan gets Bulldog. Good time to go into the stasis here. You see if he can flash away. Gets the taunt down. That is a lot of Tongwan's juice taken out of the smoothie. Doesn't have that big ults. Fate Unsealed and the Spell Form going to come off the board. And, well, that one little peruse out of the fight from Bulldog does get LGD off the Baron for now.
Well played by Bulldog to be able to
Starfall.
dissuade. Here we go.
Going
Xiaoya.
after Xiaoya. No, instead it was going after Sasso. The hero's entrance, they can't get the knock-up, though. Sasso's going to flashback under his turret. Missing does go under that said turret as the lights do go out. But Hong doesn't really have a way to ult in. He's going to finally go in. He's spell shooting away from the taunt. Equalizer is going to whiff. Xiaoya has to flash away from Sheer, but now he just gets collapsed on by all of LGD, and yeah, he is not that tanky, so there's the pick down for LGD, and now they can make their dance routine return. Methodical approach out of LGD again, showing some really good signs. Oh, 1xN had a shot at the classic Gumayushi, but now he will be punished for it. He gets stunned up on top of the equalizer, and then Hong delayed Paranoia ults on top of him, and with 1xN down, LNG really can't afford to...
LNG are not put in this position often where they are down in gold and losing in the late game. They are not reacting well, and LGD, to their credit, have been excellent in the late game here at pulling the trigger. See if they can do so here on the final push.
They got Tongwon off to the side, gets the pick on a Missing. Fate unsealed. Good knockups come across, though. Missing does get himself out. Croco and Bulldog are fine. Tongwon does have to flash away from where he returns to his soul. Sheer nearby, but at least Tongwon has grabbed all of LNG's attention to allow for the mid inhibitor to get knocked out on its own. On the top side, Sheer still can't hold the tier 2 turret that they had to surrender nonetheless. There's the bot lane tier 3 down and the tier 2 to follow.
Yeah, they're just kind of desynced right now on the map, as potentially YCX could be getting caught. Does have to burn quite a bit. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Does still have the ultimate. He's getting very low, though. Definitely pushing the pace there. That's where Poke Varus can actually come in pretty clutch. It dissuades the entire game-ending push. A lot of damage coming down from that Varus. You just got to be able to keep them safe. They might have survived this Baron, the second of 2 that we've had so far, but Soul...
And wait for that Chemtech Soul. So we are still kind of locked into this state unless Hong wants to go for another play here onto Croco. This is what got him caught the last time. This time he doesn't have a GA, but runs into a taunt, runs into a knockup, another stun. Where's the damage, LNG? Any other game, any other draft, that should be a dead Nocturne, but it's just not in this world.
I mean, it's astounding. I have not seen Nocturne dive into 4 people and barely take half his health before. It's truly incredible how far behind LNG are with just the lack of damage this comp inherently has, and of course the situation that their gold is in. Look at the difference in items right now. Look at Bulldog's inventory versus Tongyuan's inventory. That's a 5,000 gold difference in the mid lane. It's just really hard to push things forward. That death cap is, you know, much needed for Bulldog, but it's definitely looking a little too little too late. So we see the Yone continuing to push onto the top side. This is just going to be a continuous push. We'll see if they want to go for Soul in 45 seconds or if they want to play these side lanes to potentially end the game. Looks like they do want to try and play for the objective, but either way, they're likely going to have full control.
Croco, there's no world you think you can get this. I mean, all right, Missing's here, Bulldog's here, but I mean, this is not your jungle anymore. And yeah, Sasa and YCX will back him out. He smites to secure the red buff. Lights are going to go out. They're going to go after Croco again. Good knockup from YCX. He's going to hold the Unbreakable. YCX is making sure the Bulldog can't rejoin. Missing has himself a lovely flank if it weren't for the fact that his team is dying on the front line. He's desperately trying to walk back. 1xN's going to hit the field goal on the Chains of Corruption, so nobody gets stalls out. Bulldog going to try and Hero's Entrance out, but instead he's stun locked in place. And LGD might not need that Chemtech Soul. They're just going to corral the straggling LNG members and point them towards their crumbling base to polish off one of their most dominating wins of the split, to once again claim a victory over LNG, the only team to do so far in Group Nirvana. The question remaining will be, can they do it again to hand LNG their only series loss of the year? Have to find out in that Game 3. But for now, it's just the formalities of knocking down the base if you are LGD. Turrets go down, lights go out, Nexus is out, and we've got ourselves a full slate series for Group Nirvana action.
Still very much a powerful pick, and it's trying to be peeling now for a Victor and a Draven, which are very nasty damaging carries in the back side of things. However, when I look through at the full 5v5, I do think, you know,
there is the possibility to get involved, and as a result, respect being paid by LGD, able to secure neutral.
They're really looking for the cash in for this Draven. If they get that, then they have a bit of gold to really play this early game with.
Right here as well, Victor already starting a roam as well. This could potentially be a Flash being forced over the wall now, and this is Mundo in a lot of trouble. Having to said Flash getting themselves out of trouble, but at the cost of a very, very crucial summon at a time when they do really want to try
Oh,
and
here
get
comes
something
Vi.
off this drain. Lockdown comes onto the Nautilus. Vi is in with that damage. And just like that, First Blood is going to go over, and it is going to go over to the one player who I am absolutely sure LGD would not have wanted it to go to. One
Cooldown reduction, so it gives you a bunch of attack speed, crit chance, and you just do a lot of damage.
You do a lot of damage, and that damage now raining down onto the Draven. Knockup going to connect. One last little bit of damage comes through. It goes horribly wrong for Yanara. What to stack this one up. Got the pro towards it. Draven going to be able to step up towards the safety of their team despite teleports coming in. All of a sudden, things getting a little bit dicey for LGD. LNG not able to steal the dragon away, but they want to take this fight. They've got all 5 members all grouped up, going lower and lower. We see the first kill coming down onto the Draven. They got 1 free kill, but now they give one over in return. Nautilus can die as well. With both the bot lane duo gone, it's going to be a third and final kill of this fight to LNG.
Great. Yeah, you can see that. Fang's walking over the rift as that Mundo. He died for this before, reminder.
Yeah, died for it once, gonna die for it again, and it's just straight out greed at this point. Hang, just playing a little bit like they're on tilt right now.
Yeah, they don't go where they please in this case. Ow, Kraken Slayer's completed, and yes, Yunara with that Q stacked does a ton of damage.
I'm not too sure that's going to be enough coming into this game.
Yeah, and hang on, Croco walking up to a tank. Actually misses the Q there, means the trade goes a little bit awry. Victor's coming down early. There is a chance actually LG get a momentary 4v3. Missing's quite low HP.
Yeah, there's no flash available there. Ooh, so just dodging away. Dredge line not going to connect.
He does die, and now suddenly LG are quite low HP. They've taken a lot of chunk here. Look, 1xn is really fed. If 1xn gets to fight, it's great, but Missing's low.
Same song, different chorus, another dragon, another team fight, another opportunity for LNG to pop off. 1xn is going to get one on the back line. Hui already having taken one in the mid. It's going to be a third kill, potentially skilled onto Heng. The dragon won't even go LGD's way this time. Will they never learn, Alex?
No, apparently not. But even then, I thought they would deserve like one kill.
This isn't something that he can stick his nose into too far, having already paid the price for doing that too many times. And there it is, Herald, nice and easy pickup. Plenty of opportunities, maybe to stick that one down the mid lane, get a little bit higher. Hanging stuff the nose around for a little bit too long. And yeah, sure, Mundo can go where he pleases, but unfortunately, he can't always leave.
No, and in fact, where he's found himself is the morgue this time for the third, just had to check, third time today. Sassy's now teleported. There's a Herald. They're just going to kill Sassy. They're just going to kill the turret. You must get away. Run, little Scion, run.
Mistakes were made, but it does look like with an unstoppable onslaught, maybe might be able to find some form of safety, but of course the turret will go down top. And yeah, this is honestly, this is looking as far gone as game 2 looked in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we have a guest appearance from Bao Sassy, I guess. Hang on, the hook does land, but the shield blocks the ult from the Draven.
That was very, very nicely played from the Braum. Just stand behind him, all be well. Mundo's returned once again, looking for a little bit of something. Braum has gone low, but not as low as Draven. The damage is having to run for the safety of their turret, and as a result, there'll be no kill in return. Rek'Sai looking for something, has to turn the attention towards the Mundo, as the Draven has already declared.
They definitely don't want to fight it. LNG get Baron for free.
I mean, you've lost your jungler post 20 minutes.
Scion between Vi and the rest of the team, and maybe the Vi just dies. That's just not the case this game. The front line can't do enough. The Vi is really tanky because she's 2,000 gold ahead. What do you know? That makes a lot of difference. They are going for the fight, trying to kill the Braum.
Yeah, trying to get some damage onto Missing, maybe to enable an option to get onto the backline. But while this is all happening, Vi is just killing off the dragon for free. Bulldog gets some long-range damage onto Nautilus, get one as well, and a fight that looked like maybe LGD could find themselves a pick, instead just turns into yet another nail being driven into their seemingly inevitable coffin.
Choco actually ends up using the blast cone to get away from the Scion too. I thought at least, again, you think they'd be denied, like, you know, they'd be owed like a couple of kills. They do get the one this time. Missing dies for the first time this game. It is something. Shaya does get random the cash. 1v2 outplay from Shaya after the mistakes from 1xn. And Missing. That's as good as it's gotten. The rest of the game completely run by
outplayed themselves on that one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Missing gets hooked into again. Braum passive is used. CC comes down. It's a lot of damage onto YCX.
Oh dear God. Look at the burn, all the shielding in the world, not enough to put the Nautilus back together again. And oh my word, what a sign of how this game has gone. That's a 6-0 free.
How do they team fight against this gold advantage?
It's do or die time for LGD, and unfortunately one of those options might not be available to them. Let's see how this one plays out. Dragon going lower and lower. The damage starting to rain in. Way doing damage from distance, force from Flash and Nautilus. Mundo is able to take the Dragon, but at what cost? Nautilus getting out with just a sliver of health remaining. Same to be said for Sun, who's unstoppable onslaught. Unfortunately, takes him to no level of safety. Desperately trying to clear out some of these waves. Draven has already died. Surely Mundo and Sion shall fall as well. This now leaves Vi chasing down the Victor, chasing down the Nautilus. We're going to see potentially just an endgame push here. Will they need the Baron, or can they just take it right now?
Well, with the Victor alive, it's on cooldown. He can't. It's on cooldown. Can't throw it in. Go down before that ultimate is available to throw towards it. LNG cleanly take the Baron.
LNG just trying to storm down the bot side, and here we go. This could be the final stand.
Yeah, Bulldog, good artillery from him. At the end of the day, they don't have the... Hang on. Oh, it's good damage from Proc onto Hung as well. Actually, he's 3 levels up on his opposing number. Wonder doing okay damage back, but I don't think he's loving this.
No, not one bit. Having to pop the ultimate to stay alive. Turret on the bot side is just a hit or two away from being taken down and exposing that inhibitor. But damage that's coming through, LNG are at the very least respecting it.
Yeah, tower falls down though. The dam breaks. They're into the base. LGD still got a minute left of this Baron buff to outlast. Can they save another inhibitor? I'm not sure. There's the Braum ultimates.
All respect no more. Braum ultimate is big. Buys the stopwatch being used. Good knockup is going to come down onto Missing. Just buying a little bit more time for LGD, but they just straight up don't have the damage. They're able to proc a Guardian Angel, but that's the best they're going to do right now. 1xN flooding the damage down. It's going to be both the Undead General and these Undead Form already removed. Missing will die again, this time not just to a rogue tower shot, but unfortunately it's still going to be all she wrote. We got past the 30-minute mark, 40 seconds left on the Baron buff, and the last fight is surely has already brewed. It's now been poured out, ready to be consumed by LNG, who take everything in front of them. One Nexus turret already gone.
30 seconds left on the Baron buff. I'm not sure they're going to take the Nexus on this push. Shai is alive at full HP, got the stand aside, can knock aside a IQ teleport back. That's the way going into the middle of the enemy team. That could be rough. Oh no, sorry, that's the right side. We're fine.
They will end it right now. They've got 20 seconds left to prove me and you right, and with 10 on the clock, another 2 kills. The final Nexus turret, and 8 seconds shy of both of us have.
And Rumble, though, there tends to be out of arm's reach. So, Top Esports do have a very good back-to-front 5v5. However, across the rest of the composition, I look at Annual's Legend, I think Vision. Does he choose to fight for it or leave it and go top lane? I think he's going top lane based on his movements. Funny that, Annual's Legend actually choosing to give up the bot side scuttle. They don't tend to do that.
They do, and just being a little bit safer. It's a sign of the respect they've got. Meanwhile, however, they are able to use this rotation to get such huge damage. Forcing the flash 4, flash barrier used. Is it enough?
On to 369 in that top lane. That's somewhat it. Nia's now coming up top side. And, well, see if 369 can set up for anything. Flandre's going for the ward.
Yeah, straight in. Flash from Flandre. The 3-point spear will get the knock-up. It'll be enough to return the kill. I'm going to be very, very careful here.
Quick note on that, Cream has been the pronunciation which he's gone by.
My apologies.
Yeah, it's all good, it's all good. We hashed that out early. And we'll see if the cream of the crop of this bot lane gets more. They do. Jachi down again.
Second death
Tarzan
of
does lose his flash there, which is a bit concerning. 369 trying to use his own lead he had in topside to make something happen. Tarzan finds out now. He's taking a great trade here, and he has the level 6.
Yeah, this is really, really, really horrible for the Xin Zhao. Absolutely nothing that you can do against the Poppy apart from just watch your health slowly being shredded down. Kyle comes across for the support as well. Bleeding Cream can't even get involved.
Yes, that level 6 scuttle. Tarzan, the scuttle which he flashed for, talked about it a little earlier. I'll dominate talking about the jungle propaganda in the last couple of days. That's part of it. Flandre, he might die here, by the way. That's dangerously low HP.
He might, but look at the support that's looping around. 369 is now the one who is in danger. Has got Alistair straight up on top of their head. Poppy just stopping for a little while on the way up to take a camp, but still able to arrive in time to make sure this will be a kill. Flandre not going to die in return. That is just going to be a straight up kill for the Rumble. Decent job of CSing, which is at least keeping them close to level despite the 2-kill difference. However, here we go again, flashing away. Is this an opportunity now to have a little bit of a close down? Caught in between these turrets. Good damage going down as this volley will continue. Kyle is in a lot of trouble. Flash forward, and that is going to be kill secured. It's going to go over the way, and it is now just seeing whether or not Hope can get one in return before probably eventually giving up their own life. They use the barrier, Tarzan. They flash away, they buy time for Tarzan to arrive, but not in time.
Hope goes down. It's the Braum that gets all the gold. He gets both those kills. He gets, I believe, a shutdown onto Hope. Sweep from Cream goes onto Shanks.
Yeah, the good damage being put down. That one's sweet.
Respect the value that the Braum was going to bring to the play with the passive, and of course the damage too, weirdly. Yeah, Braum has a lot of damage at the very early stages. The game doesn't scale for anything, but god, it hurts here. That Q with that HP scaling takes down Hope at the end. Dive on the side lane again.
A big problem with that though is that the Braum is the one who secures those 2 kills. So as we see the Scion yet again giving
anyone's legend, I think, at that point with all of that in said and done, really. You can see that the XP advantage is somewhat even. Ash flying up the river. Can they get the Orianna? No flash! That's nailed him!
Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow hits hard, and it will be the kill being picked up. Cream able to get this one, despite what seemed like the Braum's best efforts to pinch a 3rd kill for themselves. Kyle following up, getting damage down. Cream is low, has got the Sand Soldiers out, however, and Kyle is the next to fall to the Emperor. The divide is beautiful. It buys more damage onto Tarzan, who's surviving with the tiniest bit of health, but a triple kill is now here for the Emperor, eventually dying down to the burn from the Rumble, but what a showing from the mid laner.
I think Funguway, his shield came up a little late. He tried to block the minion autos. There's a teleport behind Jachi, you're correct. Kyle back into the fight.
Oh, dearie me. You might as well go for the kill on Rumble at this point because you're giving up your life again, Ash.
You know, we're early into the year. Team's not quite at their most precise, we'll say. I thought Shanks didn't have flank.
Yeah, and while we were looking at all those replays, 369 giving up their life as well. Flandre now, by the way, 6-1-0 on the Rumble. 2,000 gold lead over their lane objective, and you can see how they secured that 6th kill here. It was, yeah, things not going well for 369 in this game.
Yeah. I really think, I look back to that draft where we said, look, the Scion might be better in the team fight. Hang on, that's a full charge Q, that's a lot of damage. Barrier on
Trying to just take a solo kill against Hope. Not quite able to do that. Hope, I think.
I think 369 getting that 1st kill on the Ambassador might have changed things. Now the Scion, what can he do at this point? The Flandre can just leave lane and team fight, whereas the Ambassador might have been able to solo kill and keep him in lane. Now Flandre is the dominant top laner. Herald fight here, he has such a powerful equalizer to bring to the plate.
Azir teleport does come in. Tarzan's going to be able to get themselves into smite range, but good damage coming through from Zhao. Need to learn how to pronounce that. Is going to be enough to stop any push from the Poppy being able to get anywhere near the smite. This is important for top because they need the little advantages like that. They're still nearly 3,000.
He's used the equalizer to clear out one wave already. He'll let this tower go by. I don't think they'll look for a play around this.
So is it Jachi? Am I saying?
Jachi, yeah. So it's pretty close to Jackie, actually. So we do make the joke that he is Jachi Love, replacing Jackie Love. Cream, you've gone too far here, buddy. That's not a bush you want to go into.
Because he's in too deep, and now he is surely going to be met with certain death? Certain death.
Certain death?
Certain death.
More certain death? The fight. Show. Yeah, I think there might be some more here. I'm not sure for who. It's gonna. Hang on, Niall goes down before he can get the kill onto Kyle. No!
More certain death.
Yeah.
Taking a lot of damage here. Flash forward. Volley connects. Doesn't even need the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Now turning the damage onto Tarzan. Ripping through with the percent health damage coming in from this Ash. The fast feet are fast enough and they live. But only for a moment longer as the teleport eventually arrives. Orianna picks up the pieces.
And that's why we call him Jachi Love, filling in the shoes of that legendary AD carry and making a name for himself. How does he do that from 0 and 4? You tell me, how does he do that? The AD carry from top Esports they picked up from RNG, such a prodigy. Kyle blocking the Scion.
Here we go, knock into the Alistair. Not going to care too much about that one. Orianna is able to skip themselves to Clockwork safety. What's the betting that on Jachi's comms right there? They were like,
two dragons up, 3k up. They're very happy in this game still. If Ash was a little further ahead and can threaten some of the members on the way in, perhaps there wouldn't be so much of a certain death.
More certain death. It's coming. It's assured someone will die. We don't know who, but it'll be somebody. Won't it? Yes.
Yes,
it
she
will.
goes down.
And it's G.
Oh my god. We're still up at
Oh my gosh.
23 kills in 18 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm just going to quote Crapton Hero here in your chat. No one Fiesta's better than
This
the
kind of
LPL.
gold, and I don't think they have the playmaking that easily to play from behind like this. We're getting to the point now where Flandra is so fed that the equalizer is enough to zone out Jachi and Cream, who need to be putting out an incredible amount of damage, and I just don't think that's possible now.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you at the moment. You know, we're getting to that 20-minute point where I said I didn't want the game to feel like it was done, and I don't think it is done. I think we are certainly closer than in any of the 3 games we witnessed before this today. However, you've got to say at the minute that anyone's probably by far more likely to pick up the win. However, still fighting are top. They're still looking to get little picks where they can, but those picks are becoming less and less successful as anyone's letting them get more and more tanky.
Yeah. And we were saying top Esports really did feel like an uphill battle on name, on recent.
He can really arrive on the scene, but decides to walk on down anyway. So 5v5 is brewing. It looks like top at the very least want to contest this. They want to make sure they don't give this one
wall stun
too easily. Certain death on its way. Who for this time? Big old boop sends Braum sailing into the distance, and now the damage can come through. Tarzan blocking off, forcing a really, really nice choke point now for the Rumble damage to come in. But the turnaround is good. Orianna Shockwave is going to hit, is going to turn this fight back the way of anyone's legend. It was close for a moment, but it's Shanks who takes the triple. Tarzan cleaning up on the back line. It ends the way they took Braum out of the fight for so long at the beginning there. Really swung this one in their favor. Dragon will be their reward. And yeah, having already secured the Baron, things go from bad to worse for top.
Yeah, so Flandra, the only person without the Baron buff, which was claimed after that last fight. So he won't have that for that top lane push, but Anyone's Legends still have themselves 2 minutes to push in with it. Top Esports might look for a turnaround fight to stop the Baron before it gets them in that chokehold. It's often that some of the philosophy to saying, look, if they just get Baron, try and fight them even if it's an uphill battle, just to stop them from just locking down the map. Flandra teleporting bot side though, and actually it's Anyone's Legend pulling the trigger.
Yeah, another massive shockwave going. Sorry, not shockwave. That was the steadfast presence being used by Poppy. But this time it's Jachi who's able to get a kill on the back of it. This is a chance to strip away some of the Baron buffs.
Here's Anyone's Legend. They've managed to turn it around. They lost one at the start of it. They're starting to chip. Well, I think Tarzan's called out now.
Yeah, Tarzan's in an awkward spot with the Undead General chasing him down, getting down a good bit of damage before having their second death, meaning that Jachi's able to get another one. Potentially an opportunity to turn. Here we go. It's going to be, sorry, it wasn't Jachi. Instead, it was the Jin Zhao chasing down, trying to get onto yet more. Hope turns, throws massive damage, courtesy of the big one, the way of Ash, who dies yet again in this game. There's support dies as well. Freljord no more.
No.
It is the turn of the Yordle to turn this one round. Poppy, Rumble doing the damage along with Corki, and that is your lot.
Anyone's Legend just have so much damage to throw at them. Flandra massively threatening towards the end of it, hitting those long-range electro harpoons. Anyone's Legend, they chose that fight. I wonder whether that was a mistake at first. It felt like, you know, with Tarzan and Kyle going down quite early, felt like Top Esports had a chance to maybe turn things around, especially with Jachi still alive, even on less items. But Anyone's Legend had that extra carry in the top side. We did say, look, realistically, you want a matchup which 369 can really bully about Flandra with. I don't think they ended up with that. I think they should have gone for the Ambassador, not the Scion. No, I think that's been a bit of their downfall here. Flandra has been so disgusting in each of these team fights.
It was hovered, it was contemplated. At this point, we can only question what if that had been the pickup instead. We've had 36 kills in less than 26 minutes. 24 of them, double the number of kills going over Anyone's Legend. And right now, they're showing why they are that top-placed team in this incredible division.
You know, we've got that that tasty 1.5 kill a minute, don't we? Just under that. Kyle going on to the Braum. Teleport coming in from the Scion. Team fight starting.
War, please. Yeah, yet more damage coming down onto the Alistair. Enchanted Crystal Arrow whiffs, however, not even catching onto that lower health support who's already healing back up again.
Flandra walking his way up the river there. That's one
arriving.
of the reasons why Top Esports wanted to take the fight there then, because the Rumble wasn't there. He's so much of the damage. This Rumble, and they're starting the fight again. Shockwave in!
Yeah, onto 2. Good damage coming in. There's no turnaround here as Corki finds another. Makes it a double kill. Chasing down 369. Yeah, that's a tanky Scion, but when it gets headbutted, pulverized, it turns out it turns into a triple kill pretty quickly. Blondre finding a kill on their own in a 1 versus 2. Could end up being a quadra kill going the way of Hope here. That's exactly what it is. That is a nigh-on game-ending play from Anyone's Legend.
Anyone's Legend, you know, they started this split slowly despite being the one team in the LPL which kept the roster together, typically something which helps you perform well early into the next year. That wasn't the case. They dropped a couple of series early to BLG and to JDG, but they're starting to rack up some momentum now, start to pick up speed. Died too much. I mean, actually, maybe in a more even game could have done some of that fancy footwork, some more success. Flandra's on the flank now. What do we have? Dragon in 10 seconds. It would be the Soul Tarzan finding someone on the flank.
I mean, honestly, like, Jacky's just reminding me of Jackie Love so much. Certainly in the early days of Jackie Love, where they used to go for these all-or-nothing plays, where they... I mean, there was a point in Jackie Love's career where they were getting compared to Wild Turtle, and right now Tez needs a turtle. They need to do something, but it's a turtle that has flipped onto its shell, legs dangling aloft as their head is ripped from the body, because Anyone's Legend have come, they have seen, and they have conquered at this point. A second inhibitor turret will fall. Braum is not much longer for the Rift unless they are a little lucky enough to be able to scurry back to the fountain. No luck today. Another orb delivery finds the life of Braun. We'll see the Guardian's Angel. Sorry, not the Guardian's Angel. That is the second form of Scion after having already died. Nexus turret number 1 goes. Nexus turret number 2 doesn't survive much longer after that. And pre-30 minutes, Anyone's Legend go 1-0 in the series.
I mean, easy low CC composition with a lot of squishies, which technically I think Anyone's Legend is. 369 though, he's had a patchy history on this champion. Occasionally excellent, occasionally
impact. Early days, Scion was looking pretty good on top side. You can see a little smite fight going in favour there, I believe, of Tarzan. And meanwhile, Hook is going to catch on to Hope. This could easily be first blood damage coming in. Good damage, but in the end, even though both the ADCs die, it is going to be first blood going to Hope. It is going to be at the cost of losing out on a dragon.
It is. I mean, I think Grubs went over to them. Technically, you could fly in with a Pantheon Galio. He does have the semi-global. Is it going to fly in? Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. But the dragon has already gone. The question is, will kills be returned on the back of it? Flay is good just to get a little bit of separation, but the damage still coming down from Anyone's Legend. Wanting to find some kills on this one, but unable to do so, committing something for nothing.
Andra 1v1ing the top side as well. Does have the empowered ability available again. 369. Again, not taking the best trades. Reminder, folks, this was the last pick Aatrox.
The jungler of Tez, but having to give up the other two as the pressure comes in from the Pantheon. What's going on? We're 8 minutes in. There's only been 2 kills.
I know, right? We had 1.5 kills a minute. I think the most kills I've ever cast in an LPL game. Because again, like sometimes solo queue games, tier 2 games, amateur games, they can get freaky. They get wild kills. The most I ever cast though, I think it was BLG Top Esports, which went 2 kills a minute. Absolutely absurd. Summer 24. We'll see if we get can we get ourselves another kill here? Can we get a little smidgen of fight? No. Q time's out.
Nope, not going to happen this time. No denting blows to be issued, but we are going to see the ultimates being put down, traded back and forth. Interesting use of the heroic entrance there. Not really able to create too much of anything, but now we've got the box put down on bot side. Here's the damage coming in. Oh, just going narrowly wide from the Calibrum.
Calibrum, yeah, the rifle turrets. Hang on, Vice coming down. He has flash. He can kill Hope here.
Well, we're not going to get the opportunity to, unfortunately. Doesn't Esports find themselves playing into just not being careful of said globals. Hello. I have no idea.
Well, I think he sees a fight coming.
Well, he sees a dog walking past the window, but it equates at the same time as kills finally arrive, and we double the number of kills that we've had in this game so far, and they both go to top Esports.
That is ridiculous.
Wait, no,
one more also would have done it. One more, you would have thought one more instant kill.
Incredible.
The box would have killed. It's so close. Not quite enough though. Hope and Kyle outplay.
Well, that could be a game-changing moment, seeing those couple of kills
last year as well. Dragon spawning now. They don't have that Pantheon ult or flash, but I think they've just got massive position. They should still take this.
in the last few minutes, and on the back of a very 50-50 fight, Anyone's Legend have really started to put their foot down, started to accelerate this game, and it could be taking it beyond Top Esports' reach. Another kill coming in fresh and able to deal with this one. Now there's a flashless Vi who is caught between
this is not fair.
and hard place. That is going to be an absolute bopping coming in. Tarzan securing the kill. Maybe one last one coming in for Hope as well. Easy
in the team fights. Top Esports, they've had some flashes of real contest here, but it feels like that's what they've been left to.
16 minutes with a 0-0-0 KDA. That sort of says a lot about how the game's played out. Unfortunately, this game has been based around bot lane, and Hope and Kyle have just been better. Things that happened.
Yeah.
Definitely needed that little breather
Hang on,
from it.
Jachi, is there an ult coming in? There is. Oh, he's got to get out of here. I don't think he can.
No, not even with the cleanse. It was a perfectly timed cleanse, but it wasn't even close to enough to be able to get in range of that lantern. And yet another kill with, another 5-def game here for Jachi at 18 minutes, and I just have so many questions about this ADC placement.
Okay, Jive on the turret, Fungray lands a hook, but by the way, your AD carry is dead, so you don't have damage, and the Galio's coming in, the Gear Dive is completely ill-fated. They don't have the AD carry, why are you trying to fight?
I mean, as a Vi main, formerly, I have question marks about that. I've made that claim many times where you think you've got something and then it turns out you absolutely do not got something. Another kill comes in, this time it's the Galio picking that one up under turret against Thresh, and yeah, the game that's gone from bad to worse is now borderline irredeemable.
This is pretty unplayable now. This is pretty unplayable. Anyone's Legend Top Esports, they last year were very, very tight rivals. Anyone's Legend lost the winter finals against Top Esports. It was a banger. It was a game 5. It was a wonderful series. Go forwards a little bit further. Top Esports and Anyone's Legend fight.
Oh
no.
My
God. There's not even a Thresher this time. Jachi, my dude. This is just, you can't be there.
I'm not going to make another comment about it. I've said my feelings on this one, and it feels like bullying.
Oh, they got their first kill! Second kill! Okay, AD carry. You're just going to lose. AD carries are just so... they're always important, but particularly in this meta, when you've got champions like Aphelios and Yunara, the Realm Warp is almost used. Realm Warp stops it, though. No, the other one. Wild Growth stops it. Now I'm calling Lulu skills that. This game
and that
barely looked up there. There was one kill. Yeah, Fondry did go down. He's managed to keep himself at 20, going on 30 CS lead for most of the game. Now we've got the Baron up and available. Top Esports, I suppose they're hoping with hope of hopes that they can get towards that Baron. Cream is caught out again, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a second death of the game for Cream in a moment or so. Try and turn some of the damage back around, but Vi's already been isolated. They knew Cream didn't have anywhere to turn and run to. It's going to be another death for Top Esports. They give away 2 kills and give away a Baron free of charge.
Yeah, so Anyone's Legend, complete control. I think all of the teams, when they get ahead of the game, Anyone's Legend
placement that.
Yeah? What did I place? What did I place?
No, it wasn't you. It was the
laning phase. But I think the problem is with Jachi is he is a very snowball AD carry. Top Esports, no surprise that they play around that. They have Jackie Love back and waiting in the wings, right? Looking to come back from a break next split, so we're here. Jachi seems to be another similar archetype of player. I do wonder, actually, after Top Esports get Jackie Love back, where does Jachi go? Because I think this guy is good enough to make it on a top team. He probably should have a top team spot. Does he?
He's on a top team.
When he's not on top teams anymore, maybe he'll go somewhere else. Fight starting around the base.
Alright, big fight is brewing, potentially last stand time for Top Esports, but they've already given up their support. We are going to see the flash away from Rise, keeping them alive a little longer, but with both the bot lane duo dead, yet again, there is just a fine line to be drawn that is preventing anyone's Legend from taking this entire game at this point. And the Baron empowered team, the triple kill for Hope. That's you, Hope. You got a triple kill. Yes, you are. So there we go. Who knew that you could play League of Legends so well with your paws? The Nexus turrets are the next thing under fire. Here comes the grand star fall, but the stars that are falling, unfortunately, are the ones of Top Esports, whereas it is an ascension for anyone's Legends. They move to 6-2 with a dominant statement victory.
This was not really a contest, it was an execution. Anyone's Legend get revenge against JDG yesterday, beat Top Esports there, right?